Today's quote of the day is from poet Robert Frost. He said, "The only way out is through." We're all going through some pain and suffering and just emotional turmoil in our life, maybe feelings we don't want to have, or just issues that come up in our life. And it would be very easy to just try to escape those problems, try to run away from them, and just be avoidant about it. But when you're avoidant, you're not getting rid of those issues in your life. It may feel good for a minute because you're distracting yourself and sort of pushing them away, but you're not getting rid of them. You're just prolonging that suffering and that pain and putting it on a future you. And if anything, that pain, those emotions, that suffering, it builds up if you prolong it and you push it away. So in the beginning, when you're first feeling it, it's a little more manageable, but the more that you prolong it and push it away, it builds up and becomes an even bigger battle that's harder to overcome. It's a lot easier said than done, and even in the past, maybe not this generation, but past generations, it's almost considered a good thing to like push your problems away and put on a tough face and just not to deal with your problems, just kind of like be tough and forget they exist, avoid them. But that's not the best way to deal with them, and you can only avoid it for so long. It gets to the point where it's almost like a pressure cooker. The more you prolong it and push it away, it just builds and builds and builds until at some point it has to blow up. It just has to explode. So sometimes the best way really is just to feel what you feel. Just in the moment when you're going through something, just let yourself go through it. You'll feel better if you just surrender to whatever's going on. Let yourself feel it, let yourself process it, and then try to deal with it after. Because if you let yourself accept where you're at and the issues that you have, they become a lot more manageable because you're not trying to lie to yourself or trying to convince yourself that everything's okay when it's not. So if you have a problem that you're facing or an issue or something comes up in your life, don't push it away. Don't try to escape and avoid it because it's not going to work. You should really sit with it for a minute, realize that you can't solve all your problems right now, and just take certain steps towards solving those problems. Take certain steps towards self-care and self-love, because if you're not good within you, then you're not going to be able to solve any problem. It's very habitual. The more that you push things away, the more that you avoid things, they start to build up to the point where you're doing that with everything, and then your life gets almost to a point where it's unmanageable and you can't do anything about anything because you're stressed out about every little thing, but you're trying to convince yourself you're not. So just feel your feelings, acknowledge your problems, acknowledge your issues, and the first step of solving anything is to just acknowledge it exists. Don't push it away and try to make it seem like it's not there, because it is. Most people are not honest with themselves. So it takes a lot more strength to be honest with yourself and admit that you have a problem that you can't handle at the moment than to try to pretend like it's all good and you're tough and you can handle anything, because we can't, not all the time.